Hey everyone, it's Jenny at GoingGear.com, and I have the NiteCore MT40 LED flashlight. It's part of the NiteCore's multitask series. Here's the packaging for it. Gives you the basic information, obviously. 860 lumens at its brightest. It does use 4 CR123s or 2 18650s, depending on your choice, and you can use rechargeable batteries with it. You have information on the flashlight. It also includes a sheath for it, as well as spare O-rings, a spare rubber switch for the click switch, and lanyard. And then I also have the anti-rolling ring already on here, but you can remove it if you like. Just screw off the tail and it comes right off. As you can see, it lays flat, and it does have a little bit of an angle on the head, but it keeps it so that it will lay flat for you. So if you lay this out on the ground, you can have a direct light hit. The body itself is just made out of an aluminum alloy with an HA3 military grade anodized body. Just as this show up and let it focus for you. You can see you have lots of knurling on here for grip, as well as on the end and on the head itself. It does have two different modes. You have the turbo mode, which is with the head completely screwed tight, and then loosening the mode to go to your user desire modes, which clicks through low, medium, high, your flashing modes, etc. Also has a memorized base on it, so wherever you leave it, once you've clicked through the user mode, you can easily switch between that selection and your turbo mode. So say I want to have a flashing light for my user-friendly mode. I pick it, and I can easily go between strobe to my turbo just by turning the head itself, and it will remember that I was in the flashing mode or strobe mode if I loosen the head. So really handy and effective for especially any type of search use or military use, law enforcement use, and just everyday use. It also has the momentary action on it, so you just depress the button and it will illuminate. Back to the body itself. As you can see, I also have the anti-rolling ring, so it's not going to roll anywhere once you put it down. And you can take the tail end off, as I said, if you want to remove it. Really easy to do. The threads are anodized as well, as you can see there. And then you have the spring on this side for your batteries. It does have a tail stand on it, as you can see, with the holes for the lanyard, but it's a little top heavy, so using it for a candle probably will be tricky. You're going to want a very, very flat surface with little to no grade to it. Also, you screw off the head, and you can see the top part here where you can insert the batteries as well. I'm using 2 18650s, and you have the spring for the battery as well. But as you notice, these threads are not anodized. That's just to help with the connectivity of loosening the head while with the batteries and the connectivity. It also, see where you have the O-rings. Sorry, I brought it out of the shot there. You have the O-rings there. It is an IP excuse me, an IPX8 water-resistant flashlight. So you get about 2 meters under the water with it, safely without damaging it. And then you have an XML U2 LED flashlight with a nice smooth reflector, so you're going to get a nice throw on it. You can see there. Like I said, it's just a click switch, so you click it down, turns it on. If you have the head all the way tight, you're on turbo mode. You adjust it, loosen it, and now I can click through all my different modes. And like I said, if you click it to a specific mode, it will memorize that. You can turn the head just slightly, and now you're at turbo. Turn it again, and you return to the mode that you left at. So great for if you're wanting to go between a strobe mode and then the turbo mode. Also, it's great about that. On the body, you can see these little indentions. It's going to be great for your thumb to get some grip, depending on if you're wanting to tighten the head or loosen it. So why don't I take it outside and let you see it in action and see the throw on it and the brightness in the beam, and just see the different lumens. So why don't we head outside? So I'm outside with the MT40, and I actually have it on turbo right now, and probably about this tree right here is about 50 feet, and then if you go back about right here in that general area, you're looking about 100 feet. So I've got a nice little spot going on, so right about there. But we'll focus on about 50 feet right here. So it's about 50 feet away. I have it on turbo, but we're going to switch down just so you can see the different modes and the brightnesses. And I'm trying to just keep it pointed on that one spot so you can see the distance that you actually get per mode. So now let's just rotate it back up. And now I have it on turbo again. So you can also see the ring of dispersion of light for it and how direct it is. And that's just from the actual reflector inside the light. So let me pull it out some more, but you can actually see it when I tilt it up. And you see that nice crisp line right there. It's got a great interface on it and really easy to use. I just switched down and you're still getting great distance on it. Though as far as the 100 feet, you start to lose a little bit of sight. But let's just click through it one more time. Now, not as much detail, but I'm still getting some distance on it. Now the tree right there is about 25 feet from me. So just so you can see how bright and hot center spot is. I'll just click through it again. I'm on the lowest setting and I don't have much to work with, but we'll flash it about 25 feet away, as you can see there. And I got pretty good definition on this tree. Click through it again. There are your modes of flashes, your strobe, and it does kind of change a little bit. And now we're just returning to the modes. And then turn it back to turbo, and as simple as that, as rotating the head of the flashlight. So I'm Jenny, and this is the MT40. I hope that kind of gives you an idea of distance. And you see how far I'm reaching. That's about 100 feet where that hot spot is. Right there. And then we're looking at about 50 right here. So some pretty good distance with a nice spread on the light. And also seeing the edge of the beam itself and the distance around it. You can find this along with other great products at goinggear.com.